Welcome back to Old Coins Spot, another exciting journey into the fascinating world of rare Australian coins. Today, we are diving deep into the story of top 4 the most extraordinary treasures in Australian numismatics. First up, the 1967 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin with no mint mark. This little piece of history has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide, and its value will surprise you. The 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned to decimal currency. It featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and the graceful image of a lyrebird on the reverse. Designed by Stuart Devlin, who became famous as the goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen, the design symbolized elegance and modernity. By 1967, these coins were still being struck in large numbers. But what makes this particular year so special is the extremely limited number of coins that surfaced without a mint mark. This is the version that has stirred so much curiosity among collectors. No mint mark means the coin does not carry the small identifying letter that usually tells us which mint produced it. That absence has turned an ordinary coin into a rare masterpiece. Imagine this: millions of 10-cent pieces were released into circulation during the late 1960s. Most were ordinary, and you could easily find them in your pocket change. Yet hidden among them, only a handful of the no mint mark versions were produced, possibly as a trial strike or an accidental release. It is these few survivors that collectors now chase with passion. What makes these coins so valuable is not only the rarity but also the story behind them. They are tangible reminders of a turning point in Australian history when the nation proudly shifted to decimal currency. Owning one of these coins is like holding a piece of that historic transformation. Collectors know that rarity plus demand equals value, and the demand for these coins has been steadily climbing. Auction houses across the world have seen bidding wars break out whenever a clean, high-grade example of the 1967 no mint mark 10-cent coin appears. Now, you might be wondering, just how much could such a coin be worth today? Well, the answer will amaze you. Depending on the condition, these coins can fetch anywhere between $1,500 for a circulated piece to as high as $7,200 for a pristine example with sharp details and full luster. Think about that for a moment. A coin that was once worth only 10 cents in everyday use could now command thousands of dollars. That's the kind of transformation that makes coin collecting such an exciting pursuit. But it doesn't stop there. Experts believe that as time goes on, and as collectors become even more eager to complete their sets, the value of this coin could climb even higher. The rarity is locked in. No new coins of this kind will ever be made. That means demand will always outpace supply. Some enthusiasts even compare the thrill of owning such a coin to finding buried treasure. And in many ways, it truly is. You never know when a coin in your drawer, or sitting unnoticed in a jar of old change, could turn out to be one of these rare gems. The Queen Elizabeth II portrait on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, also adds to the coin's appeal. This was the second definitive portrait of the Queen used on Australian coins, and it carries with it an air of regal dignity that collectors admire. Paired with the elegant lyrebird, the coin is as beautiful as it is valuable. Now, some might ask, is this coin really that valuable? The answer is a resounding yes. The combination of rarity, history, and demand ensures that its place among Australia's most treasured coins is secure. Collectors and investors alike understand that it is not just about metal value, it's about heritage, culture, and the thrill of owning something truly unique. Imagine presenting such a coin to your children or grandchildren. Not only would you be handing down a piece of history, but also an asset that could potentially be worth even more in the future. That's the kind of legacy collectors dream of. Let's not forget the inspiration these coins bring. Every time a rare coin like the 1967 no mint mark 10-cent surfaces, it fuels the passion of countless others to begin their own journey in coin collecting. It reminds us that extraordinary value can sometimes hide in the most ordinary places. And the best part? You don't need to be a millionaire to get started. Even the hope of discovering such a coin adds excitement to the hobby. It's that sense of possibility that keeps collectors searching day after day. So, if you ever come across an old 1967 10-cent coin, look closely. Examine every detail. Because that small coin might not just be spare change. It could be worth thousands of dollars and change your life in ways you never imagined. The 1967 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin without a mint mark stands as a symbol of rarity, history, and enduring value. It has proven time and again that even the smallest things can hold the greatest treasures. So, my friends, keep your eyes open, because you never know when history might slip into your hands. That tiny coin in your pocket could one day be the ticket to a remarkable fortune, just like the 1967 no mint mark 10-cent coin. Next up, the 1968 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin with no mint mark. This coin may look like an ordinary piece of change, but the truth is, its rarity has turned it into a sought-after gem for collectors around the world. The Australian 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, during the country's historic switch from pounds and shillings to decimal currency. On the obverse, it proudly carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold McKim, one of the most iconic depictions of Her Majesty to ever appear on coinage. On the reverse, it features the magnificent lyrebird, a symbol of beauty and uniqueness in Australia's wildlife. By 1968, production of the 10-cent coin was in full swing, and millions were released into circulation. But what sets the 1968 no mint mark version apart is its extreme scarcity. Unlike regular coins that carried small details to indicate their origin, these no mint mark examples slipped through without that identifying mark. That small absence has made them stand out as truly special in the world of numismatics. Collectors have long known that small errors or unusual strikes can transform a common coin into a prize worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1968 no mint mark 10-cent is a shining example of that principle. It takes an ordinary coin of everyday use and elevates it into something extraordinary. Now, let's talk about the history behind it. The no mint mark coins are believed to have been struck in very limited numbers, possibly as a result of test runs or experimental production. While ordinary 1968 10 cents are still common, these rare no mint mark pieces remain elusive, and it is that rarity which fuels their desirability. You might be wondering about the current value of this coin. In today's market, even a circulated example can bring in anywhere between $500 and $1,800, depending on its condition. For coins that are in higher grades, with sharp details and minimal wear, collectors have been willing to pay $3,500 or even up to $6,200. That is an incredible leap from its face value of just 10 cents. Think about that for a moment. Something you could once use to buy a piece of candy in 1968 is now capable of fetching thousands of dollars. That's the magic of rare coins. They don't just carry metal, they carry history, uniqueness, and the power of scarcity. As for the future of this coin, the outlook remains very promising. Rare coins like the 1968 no mint mark 10 cent are not being minted again. What exists today is all that will ever exist. With every passing year, as collectors compete to secure these coins for their collections, the supply shrinks further. That imbalance between limited availability and growing demand almost guarantees an increase in value. Experts believe that in the years to come, the price of high-grade examples could push even higher. It would not be surprising to see pristine coins climbing towards the $8,000 to $9,000 range at future auctions, especially as Australia's numismatic history continues to attract international attention. The beauty of this coin is that it's not just about the money. It's about the thrill of holding something rare, something that very few people in the world will ever own. It connects you to the moment in time when decimal currency was still new, and when each coin carried a sense of progress and change for the nation. For collectors, finding one of these coins is like striking gold. It becomes a centerpiece of their collection, a story to share with fellow enthusiasts, and a treasure to pass down through generations. That is why coins like the 1968 no mint mark 10 cent are so powerful. They inspire passion, excitement, and a sense of discovery. Some may ask, is it really worth investing in? And the answer is clear, yes. These coins have a proven track record of climbing in value over the decades, and their rarity ensures that their prices are unlikely to fall. They are small but mighty assets that blend history with financial potential. The thrill of the hunt also cannot be ignored. You never know where one of these coins might appear. It could be hiding in an old coin jar, tucked away in a collection, or passed down from a family member who never realized its true worth. That element of surprise makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby. The 1968 Elizabeth II 10-cent no-mint-mark coin is not just a piece of change. It is a symbol of rarity, a slice of history, and a powerful reminder that even the smallest objects can hold extraordinary value. So if you ever come across one, treat it with care. Look closely at the details, check for the missing mint mark, and remember that what you're holding is not just a coin, it's a treasure that could change your life. To this day, collectors continue to chase after it with determination and with good reason. This coin proves that history, rarity, and beauty can come together in the most unexpected ways. Next up, the 1982 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin with no mint mark. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but its story, its history, and its value tell us something very different. The 10-cent coin has been part of Australia's decimal currency system since 1966. Featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the graceful lyrebird on the reverse, it has been one of the most recognizable coins in Australian circulation. The 1982 edition carries with it a deeper layer of intrigue because some examples exist without a mint mark. That simple detail has set this coin apart and elevated its importance among collectors. The year 1982 was significant for Australia's coinage production. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and other mints contributed to producing millions of coins for circulation. Yet, the mystery lies in the no mint mark pieces. These were not intended to be part of regular runs. Some are believed to have been test strikes, trial pieces, or simply errors that escaped into circulation. But instead of being forgotten, these no mint mark coins have become prized treasures. So why does the absence of a mint mark matter? To collectors, it is a sign of rarity. While the average 1982 10-cent coin is common, the no mint mark variety is rare and far more sought after. It is this rarity that drives both interest and value. When we talk about how many people want to buy it, the answer is clear. Collectors across Australia and beyond are constantly on the lookout for this coin. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and coin shows often see spirited bidding whenever a no mint mark 1982 10-cent appears. The demand is high because the supply is so low. That imbalance is the very essence of what makes a coin valuable. Now, let's turn to its history. The coin itself was struck in 1982, during a period when Australia's decimal system had already become firmly established. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II used during this time was the iconic Arnold Machin design, which shows the Queen wearing the tiara. On the reverse, Stuart Devlin's lyrebird design remained unchanged, celebrating one of Australia's most unique native birds. Although millions of 10-cent coins were produced in 1982, the no mint mark version is incredibly scarce. Collectors speculate that it may have originated from early runs at the mint where the identifying mark was accidentally left off. That small oversight has turned the coin into something extraordinary. So what about its value today? At present, the 1982 Elizabeth II 10-cent no mint mark coin can sell for anywhere between $600 and $2,200, depending on condition. Coins in fine circulated condition still attract interest, but those in uncirculated or proof-like states can easily push higher, sometimes reaching $3,800 or more at auction. For a coin with a face value of just 10 cents, this leap is astonishing. Is the value high or low? Compared to ordinary pocket change, it is undeniably high. For collectors who understand its rarity, this coin represents not just value in dollars but in history and pride. Its appeal continues to grow with each passing year, and that is why so many buyers are eager to add it to their collections. Looking ahead, experts believe that the value of this coin could rise even further. With no additional supply ever to be minted, the demand will only increase. It is not far-fetched to imagine future sales pushing values toward $5,000 or even beyond, especially for pristine examples. This makes the coin not only a collectible but also an investment. Imagine holding a 1982 no mint mark 10-cent coin in your hand. What seems like an everyday coin suddenly transforms into a treasure worth thousands. It carries with it a sense of wonder, reminding us that history often hides in the most unexpected places. Collectors around the world share that same excitement. They chase after coins like this because they know the story, they know the rarity, and they know that these treasures will not lose their shine. Every time a coin like this appears, the competition to own it is fierce. That tells us everything about how much people value it. Think of the generations to come. Passing down a coin like this is not just about gifting money, it's about gifting history, culture, and the thrill of rarity. It becomes a story to tell, a piece of Australia's journey to preserve, and a symbol of enduring value. Every coin has a tale, but the 1982 Elizabeth II 10-cent no mintmark coin has one that blends mystery, scarcity, and prestige. It stands as a reminder that treasures often come in small forms, and that careful eyes can turn small discoveries into life-changing finds. So, the next time you come across a 1982 10-cent coin, look closely. Check for that missing mintmark. Because what you hold in your hand could be more than just spare change. It could be a gateway to history and a fortune waiting to be realized. In the world of rare coins, opportunities like this don't appear often. That is why the 1982 no mintmark 10-cent coin is a name etched in Australian numismatic history. It's not just valuable, it's unforgettable. And remember, the hunt never ends. That special coin could be out there waiting for you, ready to tell its story and add its value to your life. Next up, the 1980 Elizabeth II 10-cent coin with no mintmark. This little coin has caught the attention of collectors worldwide, and its value will inspire you. The Australian 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 as part of the shift from the old pound and shilling system to decimal currency. On one side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, and on the reverse, the beautifully detailed lyrebird, designed by Stuart Devlin. These designs gave the coin both elegance and recognition across the country. By 1980, millions of 10-cent coins had already been circulating for more than a decade. But that year became special because among the many coins minted, some appeared without a mintmark. That small missing detail transformed an ordinary coin into something collectors now prize as a true rarity. The history of this no mintmark coin is linked to the striking process itself. A mintmark usually tells us which mint created the coin, but in certain runs of 1980, the mintmark was left off, either by accident or through experimental strikes. These coins were not meant to be different, but because they were released in small numbers, they are now highly valuable. So where can you buy such a coin today? The best chances are through trusted coin dealers, well-known auctions, and established online numismatic platforms. Reputable coin shows and collector clubs also sometimes bring these rare pieces into circulation, but they are quickly snapped up by those who know their worth. And where can you sell it if you are lucky enough to have one? Again, auctions remain the strongest place to get maximum value, as bidding competition drives the price upward. Secure online marketplaces dedicated to coins can also be a great option, but it is vital to use recognized sellers and buyers for safety and authenticity. Now, let's talk about value. Right now, the 1980 Elizabeth II 10-cent no mintmark coin can sell for anywhere from $500 in well-worn circulated condition up to $2,500 for better grades. High-grade examples with minimal wear and sharp details can rise much higher, with some selling between $3,800 and $4,500 at strong auctions. That is an incredible figure for a coin that once had a face value of only 10 cents. Is it worth that much? Yes, without any doubt. Its rarity and the demand it attracts from collectors ensure that its value is not only real but also increasing. Every year, fewer examples appear in good condition, which makes the remaining ones more desirable and valuable. Should you keep it if you find one? Absolutely. This is not a coin you spend, give away, or treat casually. It is a treasure that grows stronger in value the longer it is preserved. The future looks bright for the 1980 no mintmark 10-cent coin, and holding on to it could mean even greater rewards down the line. And what about sealing it? Without question, sealing or encapsulating the coin is the best way to secure its maximum value. Coins that are graded and sealed by professional services often sell for significantly more because buyers know they are protected, authentic, and preserved. That protective casing adds confidence, which raises the bidding. Imagine presenting a beautifully sealed 1980 no mintmark 10-cent coin at an auction. Collectors would not just see a coin, they would see history, rarity, and guaranteed quality. That is when the price climbs to its true potential, and that is how you can achieve the maximum price. Looking ahead, many experts believe this coin could rise even further. In years to come, pristine sealed examples could approach $6,000 or even $7,000 as competition increases. The combination of rarity, history, and collector interest makes this coin one of the most promising pieces in Australian numismatics. The beauty of the coin is not just in its dollar value, but in what it represents. It tells the story of Australia's decimal currency system. It carries the portrait of a queen who reigned for decades, and it showcases one of the most unique birds of the nation. It is history in the palm of your hand. Collectors all over the world are chasing after this coin, and that demand shows us how strong its place is in the market. Every time one appears, excitement follows. The bidding grows, and the value continues to prove itself. If you are lucky enough to own one, think carefully about its importance. You are not just holding metal, you are holding opportunity, heritage, and financial potential. Preserving it properly can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and a life-changing sum in the future. The 1980 Elizabeth II 10-cent no mintmark coin is more than just a collectible. It is a piece of Australia's story, a treasure for collectors, and a symbol of how small discoveries can lead to great rewards. So keep your eyes open, check your collections carefully, and never underestimate the coins in your hand. One of them may be the key to a fortune. And remember, the greatest treasures are often found in the most ordinary places, just like the 1980 no mintmark 10-cent coin.